on a black magic woman. Hello everyone, my name is Guillaume and welcome to a new episode of Hit the Tone. Hi guys, I hope you're doing fantastic today. Welcome to this new episode of Hit the Tone on Thommann's Guitars and Basses. If you haven't seen the series yet, I'm taking intros, licks, riffs, bits of famous songs and try to give you all the tools you need to hit that tone. As per usual, this is a recommendation-based format, so whatever song you want me to cover, please put it down there in the comment section and I'll get to it as soon as possible. While you're here, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel, greatly appreciate it. And without further ado, let's jump into today's song, which is Black Magic Woman by Carlos Santana. As far as the guitar setup goes, it is with no surprise whatsoever that I'm going to be using that PRS S2. Carlos Santana is among the first and definitely one of the most famous PRS users ever. So yeah, this comes with no surprise. And for that particular lead sound that we're looking for, we're going to be using the neck pickup, taking us from here to this sound. Alright, so that already takes us to a pretty good place. Now let's jump onto the more difficult aspect of that rig. And I'm saying more difficult aspect of that rig because Santana is a famous Dumble amplifier user. So his live sound usually consists of at least two steel string singers, stereo, plus his very famous snakeskin Mesa Boogie amp. So that's at least $300,000 worth of amps that we're going to try to emulate in that room with that Fender Tweed. As per usual, the controls will be on the screen and some pedals. So what we're after here is not a particularly gainy sound. It's definitely overdriven, but it should be an amp overdrive. It's a natural overdrive. So to reach that, I think our first gain stage should be something along the lines of a tube screamer, which is what I'm going to use here with the 808 side of that Honenberg pedal, and that will take us here. That tube screamer circuit is definitely bringing a lot of mids in that sound that complements rather American sounding amp. So a lot of treble, a lot of bass, rather mid-scooped sort of scenario. It's worth for the Fender, it's worth for Dumble and Mesa Boogie as well. So that's already a good start. But the sound we're looking for is a lot richer than this. So to bring a bit more high-end mids, at least, we're going to boost into that tube screamer with a clean boost. Again, the 707 side of that pedal, and the controls will be on the screen, taking us there. We could stop there, that's already a really good sound, and to me it sounds pretty close. But as we usually see with these kind of older recordings and older live sessions, is the miking techniques were vastly different from what they are now. So the sound is a lot more airy, there's a lot of room in there, and the best and probably easiest way to introduce that to your tone is to add just a little bit of reverb, which is what I'm doing here with the Keeley Caverns, and that is going to take our sound here. As usual, it doesn't need to come from a reverb pedal. If your amp does have reverb, it's a fairly standard spring reverb plate will do just as well. But you got the spirit. The idea is just to bring some more in your sound. That being said, if your amp doesn't have reverb, if you don't have a reverb pedal, or if you feel like buying a new reverb pedal, or maybe a tube screamer, yet another tube screamer, everything that I use in this video will be linked in the description box down below, as well as different recommendations at various price points for things that also work. And now that we have the sound that we're looking for, let's jump onto the last part of this video, which is definitely the most important, and is how to play the song. As usual, before we get started, if you guys want to spend some more time learning the song, the tabs will be available in the description box down below. But if you're more of a visual learner, let's get started. The sleep progression is based around two chords that are D minor and G minor. Everything that we're going to talk about from now on will be basically done within the D minor pentatonic scale, as well as some half steps here and there from the D minor natural? Aeolian? I think that's right. With that in mind, let's get started with our fritzing hand. If Santana is widely regarded as a guitar legend, that is, at least in my opinion, because he's that kind of guitar player who knows how to wait for a note. And there's not too much of everything in there, but the phrasing and the timing matter so much in the final result. So my advice to you at this point is, if you're jamming on this progression, don't try and add everything you know about the pentatonic scale in there, but rather try and focus on the timing, on the phrasing, and just put the right note with the right amount of vibrato in there to just make the whole thing work. And now let's have a look at our picking hand. And that's it, guys. I believe you have all the tools you need to hit the tone on Black Magic Woman by Carlos Santana. Thank you very much for watching. As per usual, I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something today. Remember, it is a recommendation-based format, so if you have a song in mind that you'd like to learn, or just would like to figure out what kind of guitar or amp or effects you need to play it, just put it down there in the comment section and I'll get to you as soon as possible. While you're here, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel as usual. Thank you very much in advance. I wish you all a fantastic week, and I'll see you next Monday in a new episode of Hit the Tone.